As Jorg mentioned, the populations continue to be more concentrated, and when you concentrate those populations in certain urban areas, some are more stressed than others, and you'll see more and more difficulty with getting enough water resource, natural water resource, to serve those populations. Once you run out of the natural water resources, that is, that 1% that's already fresh and available, then you have to go to seawater desalination, recycling water, reclaimed water, all these tools. And it's up to that individual community to decide what tools they want to utilize to meet the needs.
So if we plan ahead, and which is part of the reason why we're doing this program, if we plan ahead, we might be able to avoid some of the problems down the road. So what should we be thinking about, Jorg, as we think about these new EPA standards, what we're capable of doing with water reclamation and treating it? What should we be thinking about here in Hillsborough County, do you think?
Well, if you look at the standards and what it would take to meet this water quality, that's a very expensive type of treatment. So is this really the best way of spending public dollars, or could we find alternative uses for this water which might require less stringent treatment technologies or standards? And that's probably the portfolio I would suggest Hillsborough County should explore. So instead of putting it back into Tampa Bay at better than drinking water standards, what are the options you have? You could put it maybe into the subsurface and groundwater recharge, or you could enhance your already very well established water recycling program for other purposes than drinking. So those are the options I think on the table, and they should be explored. Because 5 years out is not a long time, as Bart pointed out, to really have a new system in place.
Andy, what do you think we should be thinking about?
He pretty much got it all.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of getting the timing right and getting moving on it as you already are. Don't have anything off the table at this point.
And that's the purpose for this effort, to start talking, to have this community start talking about water, water quality, reclaimed water, realize what's coming, and help us make the decisions. We're doing research right now to look at the options, identify all the options we have for that remaining amount of water that we discharge and we don't use today. What should we do with it?
Bart, I don't have to tell you, you live in Hillsborough County. There are some cynics, there's some environmentalists who say that Hillsborough County and the rest of this part of Florida has been overrun with developers, and that if we provide more water resources, we're just going to encourage more development in this part of Florida. So some of this talk about saving water, conserving water, thinking about how to reclaim or recycle this water, just in the end helps to develop more of this part of Florida. What's your take on that?
Well, I have a job, and that job is to take care of the water supply, take care of the reclaimed water customers and our wastewater customers. You're asking me to do something that nobody's been able to do yet, and that is control growth, control who comes in and outside of Hillsborough County or the state, and I wouldn't venture to go there. What I will say is that I'm proud of this whole community of Tampa Bay. 15, 20 years ago, we went to a higher level of treatment of all our water, and now you see the recovery of Tampa Bay. You see acres and hundreds of acres a year of more seagrass development and recovery and fish coming in.
That's because we're putting less nutrients into the bay, the cleaner water into the bay.
We've already done a great job to the point where the dischargers in this area, including Hillsborough County, produce the highest quality of water that's discharged in the state and in the nation. We're in the top 92% or 98 percentile of water quality that's discharged. So we've done a great job. We need to do more. There's no question. We're not done yet. But I think everybody in Tampa Bay that's been here for a while see that recovery and realize that it has been an effort, and the Tampa Bay Estuary Program has been a great tool for us to utilize and help that recovery along.
And Andy and Jorg, you guys are from out of this area. Jorg, you're from Colorado, and Andy, you're from California. How is Hillsborough County viewed as maybe setting the pace for what to do with water? And are there other areas other areas of the country that you would point to say these folks also have a good approach to using their water resources wisely?
Right. Well, I mean, I'll just take a quick one, is that Hillsborough County is well known around the country, and it's one of the leaders in reclaimed water use. And matter of fact, this part of Florida in the Southwest Florida Water Management District area is incredibly progressive in trying to get out in front of these issues and get these alternative water supplies. That you can compare that to some of the activity in Southern California, where they are very water poor and have had to go to all different measures of treatment. So it was very well known. I ran into somebody in Kansas City, Missouri that knew all about Hillsborough County recently. So you're out there.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
And York, what about other areas of the country that are also doing well that we might look to as models for us or models for the rest of the country?
Yeah, I think there are a lot of examples Hillsborough County could look at, and vice versa, and the communities can look at Hillsborough County. The conditions are very similar. Essentially, it's either driven by environmental constraints where there's concern that wastewater is discharged to the environment and you need to clean it up better. But in most cases, it's a lack of other supplies. So they look at this as a resource. It's at their fingertip, as I said before, and they want to utilize it more than once. I come from Colorado, and most of the people in Colorado live at the wrong side of the Rockies. That's a side where we don't have much water.
Dry side.
That's a dry side. Yeah. So unfortunately, the water is all on the other side, on the west slope. And
actually, we like it.
I know California likes it
because it flows into California. Right?
It flows in the Colorado River, and we lose it. But that's a major investment communities putting in to carry this water over the Rockies, and they don't want to use it once. They want to use it all over again because it's a major investment and costs them a lot of money.
Bart, we have about 30 seconds. Final thoughts on this program, and is there anything that we didn't address or something that you'd like to hammer home here as we say goodbye on this program?
No, I think we've covered quite a bit of material, and I look forward to having more discussions about water quality and having people understand what's in our water, how clean we can make it. We can make it as pure as any water on the earth, and make it so pure that it's dangerous to drink. And we have to add, as they said, things back to it to make it taste like water and to make it healthy.
I don't want to be flip, but could we start our own bottled water company?
You can, but as he said, there are problems with bottles, so I don't think that's our first interest.
Well, Jorg, Andy, Bart, thanks a lot. It's great to have you here. Well, as our narrator said, water is a complex issue, and because it just falls out of the sky or is delivered to us every day, it's easy to just take it for granted. But water fuels our bodies and our economy. It's a resource, a limited one, and it's up to us to show how we're going to use it and whether or not we're going to use it again and again and again, or whether we're willing to pay the price of using it once and just throw it away. Give it some thought. Tell us what you think. Please call us at 1-800-259-5519 or visit the website allthingsreclaimed.com and let us know. For Hillsborough County Strategic Water Resources Management and for the entire community, I'm Rob Lurai, and thanks for joining us.